Markets in West Africa all looking good on Friday. The GSE index up now year to date 20%, and of course the BRVM market index also up about 0.7% on Friday. So pretty good day across the board. And of course in Nigeria as well, sticking with that trend, was up 1.2%. The NSE All Share Index closing at 33,895 points, really on the back of the gains we saw in Dangote Cement. That stock moving to a year high of 116 naira per share. Joining me in the studio to give us some more perspective on the market is Kayode Akindele. He's a partner at 46 Parallel. Kayode, it's great to have you on the show. And I want to maybe start with your thoughts on the macro picture, because I think that's one thing that everyone will clearly be looking at if you're looking at investing across this market, either debt or equity. The macro picture right now is looking pretty good. We're looking at inflation down to 9%. I think everyone's expectation, most people's expectation, is that it will stay sub 10 for at least most out of this year. We're seeing the oil price still relatively robust. We're seeing reserves move up. So everyone would agree that it's a pretty good time to invest in Nigeria now.
It is. I mean, the macro picture is looking strong. The only real it's a good background for the market, and as well, the only thing is job creation that needs to increase.
Yeah.
The only thing on the horizon is the elections are playing in 2015. So as we approach 2014, there might be, on this fiscal consolidation, there might be some pressure on that. But apart from, for 2013, it's looking good.
Okay, and just maybe some thoughts on Dangote Cement. Like I mentioned, up to 116 naira per share. Some people may say it's a little pricey. Your thoughts on that stock?
I think the stock is going well on rumors of the London listing. Results are going to come out that are going to be pretty strong. So I think everyone is up on Dangote Cement, and in the cement industry in particular.
Okay, let's talk a bit about how you invest in this market. I just had that discussion with Dave, and he obviously thinks that some of those stocks have been overpriced. Your thoughts on where to buy across this market right now? He's obviously bullish on the banks. What are your thoughts?
I'm not as bullish on the banks. I think the banks might probably do well this year, but in the medium to long term, unless we see, I've always said, unless we see issues on consumer lending, mortgages, those kind of high-value products that banking makes money from in the Nigerian sector, they can't always continue to make money from the margin between treasuries and deposit rates.
But some will argue that with interest rates coming down, likely to come down if the CBN, although they've been somewhat cautious about where they're going with monetary policy, but if they do cut interest rates, a lower interest rate environment is perhaps better for the banks.
It's better for the banks if they're lending to the real sector. If they're not lending to the real sector and continuing to buy government treasuries, lower rates means lower income from that angle. So I think it behooves on the banks to actually shift more of their cash from just buying government treasuries into the real sector at that increased rate. That also has the risk of, if it's too large and it's not done properly, it can have bad loan issues. So it's a difficult time for the banks, and it's critical that banks get it right.
Okay, your thoughts about the potential for M&A activity in investment banks, I think, are really busy these days. Apart from the fact that the stock market is looking good, many people now talking about the prospects, very good prospects for IPOs later in the year. Your thoughts on the type of deals we may see on the M&A side in this market?
I think you'll really be on two angles. I think that firstly, you will see there's a lot of foreign interest, especially in the consumer goods sector. So a lot of international brands trying to who haven't got a foothold in Nigeria at the moment, trying to get a foothold, making offers and feeling out local competitors so they can at least buy a significant stake in that. So you see more pressure on that. You see more. I think you see more in that kind of space. You're also seeing a lot of the local banks. I mean, they're trying to raise capital.
And of course, the AMCOM banks, of course.
Yes, and you have the AMCOM.
They'll be in play very soon.
They'll be in play very soon. It'll be interesting to see what AMCOM's strategy is on that. Are they going to sell the banks separately? Are they going to put them as one? Because some will argue that the banks have been left behind the others because of this uncertainty they currently have. So what value do they have at the moment?